The annual Bad Sex in Fiction Award is coming, pun intended, November 30th, and right now we have the top, or perhaps the bottom, pun also intended, 6. So this happens every year from the Literary Review since 1993, and it's not necessarily out there to shame specific people, at least by its intention. It is there mainly to draw attention to poorly written, perfunctory, redundant passages in description, and perhaps it's because sex is hilarious, and perhaps it's because maybe people get a little embarrassed when talking about sex, and thus here come some entries. Last year, the winner was Morrissey, yes, the singer, and it was for this entry. At this, Eliza and Ezra rolled together into one giggling snowball, a full-figured copulation, screaming and shouting as they playfully bit and pulled at each other in a dangerous and clamorous roller coaster coil of sexually violent rotation. Well, this sentence isn't over. With Eliza's breast barrel-rolled across Ezra's howling mouth and the pain frenzy of his bulbous salutation accentuating, oh my god, it's still going, his excitement as it whacked and smacked its way into every muscle of Eliza's body except the otherwise central zone. Oh no. Your music has touched many, and I hope this scene doesn't touch anyone. Let's see, I have a few different entries. Here's the first one, from a Doubter's Almanac by Ethan Canin. The act itself was fervent, like a brisk tennis game or a summer track meet. Something performed in daylight between competitors. The cheap mattress bounced. She liked to do it more than once, and he was usually able to comply. Bourbon was his gasoline. Not how whiskey dick works. The next one is from The Tobacconist by Robert Seathaler. His heart immediately started hammering like mad, and a fiery heat welled up inside him. He wanted to ask something tremendously urgent, something incredibly important, something that was tingling on the tip of his tongue, but already her other hand was on his other buttock. I think the first one is worse. 1 or 2, I'm going to lean towards 1. I'm deciding what my pick is, by the way, by doing this. The third one we have is Men Like Air by Tom Connolly. He watched her passport rise gradually out of her back pocket of her jeans in time with the rhythmic bobbing of her buttocks as she sucked him. He arched over her back and took hold of the passport before it landed on the pimpled floor. Despite the immediate circumstances, human nature obliged him to take a look at her passport photo. It's during a blowjob. That's not good. Number 3 is my new favorite. Entry number 4, The Butcher's Hook by Janet Ellis. When his hand goes to my breasts, my feet are envious. Ugh. I slide my hand down his back, all along his spine, rutted with bone like mud ridges in a dry field, to the audacious swell below. His finger is inside me, his thumb circling, and I spill like grain from a bucket. What is in your vagina that it's spilling out like grain? That it is in any way like grain? Have you seen grain? It doesn't resemble anything that comes out of a woman usually during sex. Leave Me by Gail Foreman. She remembered what he'd said to her right before he'd kissed her. Can I still be your Superman, Lois? Maybe it's because it's so short. It's not that bad. It's a little cringy. Number 6, The Day Before Happiness by Erri de Luca. Oh, this one is longer. She pushed on my hips, an order that thrust me in. I entered her. Not only my prick, but the whole of me entered her. Into her guts, into her darkness. Eyes wide open, seeing nothing. My whole body had gone inside her. I went in with her thrusts and stayed still. While I got used to the quiet and pulsing of my blood in my ears and nose, she pushed me out a little, then in again. She did it again, and again, holding me with force and moving me to the rhythm of the surf. She wiggled her breasts beneath my hands and intensified the pushing. I went in up to my groin and came out almost entirely. My body was her gear stick? So, okay. On one hand, he has a metaphor of his entire body going inside of her, but then also surfing. But then also he's a car? I don't know which one is my favorite. That one is confusing. So it's pretty good. The grain spilling one is also pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna go with Weird Passport Blowjob as my favorite. Which one was your favorite of the top 6? Comment below with numbers 1 through 6 for which one should win the award for bad sex in fiction this year. The announcement will be made on November 30th, so cheer on your champion, I think. All right, let us know below which one you think should win/lose, and please like and subscribe for more.